हर दिन की शुरुआत जोश के तड़के के साथ मेरे साथ
Morning. I'll be there. 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. Be with me.
Now the next degree goes to Sri Deepak Shinde from Bangalore. Deepak Shinde is the founder and chairman of Kingdom College.
Hey world, 9 minutes motivation at 9 a.m. is inspired by me and sponsored by the Kingdom College, preparing you for life. I am Deepak here, and my life is beautiful and stay on top of the world because I work as worship. This Sunday I was in Mysore, had a couple of public events, public programs, addressing to business people in the morning and couples in the evening. It so happened after the end of the program, we all were having lunch after the morning program, and I had few people next to me, and one of them just asked a question about success. Much before I could answer or share something from my side, another gentleman standing there started giving advice about what he thinks can be done in a situation, the person who asked me the question. The moment he started answering and giving advice to that man, you could have seen that man's face shrunk and he was least bothered because he was expecting me to answer, because that's how it was, because I was the speaker there, I was the one who was coaching them, and this guy from nowhere starts talking just because he happens to be there. And everybody has lived life to some extent, and we all have our own opinions on everything. But what I learned that time, that what he was answering was actually right only, to the point only, something that man actually wanted to know about it. But the way his mind blocked, the way his face shrunk, he was least interested. He was still looking at me into my eyes, saying that, can you please ask him to keep quiet and you say something? Of course, after the man spoke, I shared few things. But that time I realized, when you give advice to people when they don't want from you, even if it's a great advice, they will not take from you. I repeat, when you give advice to people when they don't want it from you, even if it's a great advice, it's of no use to them. We all will always learn, listen, take advice, suggestion from somebody whom we trust and somebody who is a teacher, coach, mentor, guide. And I have seen this everywhere. There is no dearth of knowledge, there is no dearth of expertise. We have advice for everything. If you have lived some amount of life, we all know a lot of things about life because of our exposures, our knowledge, our whatever understandings we have about life. But that does not make you an expert advisor. So one lesson which is very important, because most of them feel very bad saying that I told you that. No, same thing I suggested you, I advised you, you didn't listen to me. It is very frustrating to the person who gave the advice and then they see the other person suffering in life. So all those people who you have tremendous amount of knowledge, expertise, only give advice when people ask. Your advice will be valued. Otherwise, it will be just thrown in a dustbin, crash, crash bin, and you only will frustrated. Two, we all always learn from a teacher. The question is very, very important to ask yourself is, are you a teacher? Are you a coach on that aspect of life? Yes, then don't worry. Their advice will be valued a lot. No, Deepak, I'm not a teacher coach, but I think I have something with me by which I can help people. I really feel bad when people struggle, and I know there is solution for the entire thing, but I cannot advise because I'm not a teacher, as you say. So what should I do? Very simple. What you want to advise to people, what you want to teach to people, start living by it yourself. Become an example for all that you know, because people will always follow your example and never your advice. Have you seen so many people who smoke will keep telling their friends or little ones or a young crowd or children of their own, you should not smoke, it is very bad to health. I got stuck with it, but I don't want you to get stuck with it. So my sincere advice to you is, don't smoke. You really think it is going to matter? You really think it is going to have an impact? And if you really want them not to pick up smoke, then the only thing is you have to open the fingers, drop that cigarette from your hand, crush it in front of their eyes, and say, here I'm telling you, it is bad for health. Drop it. And when they see you, somebody who's smoking for so many years, like that, drop smoking, you become an example. Then even if you don't say anything, they get the message that I should not smoke. Any aspect of life. You want your children, you want your followers, you want your employees, you want your family members to do few things certain way, then show it in action. दुनिया को सिखाओ मत, दुनिया को दिखाओ. जब दिखाओगे तो दुनिया अपने आप सीख जाएगी, क्योंकि जो दिखता है वो बिकता है. You show them and don't say to them. Stop saying what you want people to do. Start showing what you want people to do, and you'll see the magic. You might keep saying it for years together and nobody will listen to you. You start showing in your life in action within few days or weeks. They'll get inspired, motivated, and start picking up those habits, those qualities, those thought processes, those behavior which you want to. Didn't Mahatma Gandhi say? Become the change what you want the world to become. It all begins with you. Stop giving advices. People don't want advice. People only want examples to emulate, to get inspired by. Become a role model for that what you want to teach to the world. Not one person or 2%. An entire population is willing to follow you, provided you lead by example. That is why I always choose to speak in 9 minutes motivation, only which I live by on a daily basis, so that those of you know me personally, those of you have seen me personally, or ever you will see me live personally one-to-one, you will realize all that he has spoken, he also lives by it. And if I have not spoken few aspects of life, be rest assured, I don't live by it. People don't follow your advice. They'll always follow your example. Be an example to yourself, to everybody around you, and to this world. There are enough people just by seeing you will transform into a beautiful human beings. With this belief, let's start the day. Here we go. I believe I can. I believe I am. I believe I can. So guys, go, set and grow.